Daniel Richardson.
Dylan Schumacher.
Citadel Defense. Today we're talking about your Minuteman
kit. So there's not very many videos on Minuteman kits on YouTube, which I'm kind of surprised by and / depressed by. So when we say Minuteman kit, what do we mean, right? For those of you,
what's a Minuteman?
What's a Minuteman? Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, this country was started by Minutemen, and really what that means is a bunch of guys who were cabbage farmers during the day or whatever, and they had their rifle and they had their little kit. And when they heard the call, the British are coming, they grabbed their stuff. They could leave the house in a minute. Get it? Go out and they'd fight the British, right? And that was, especially in the early days of the war, that was big. A lot of Lexington and Concord, right? Like a lot of the early battles were fought by Minutemen, just everyday citizens who had guns who were defending liberty. So
they let people who weren't like in the army and weren't part of the police force have guns?
Assault weapons.
Ew, terrifying.
I know, right?
Can you imagine?
Well, the British tried to take the guns away, and we see how that went for them. Huh. So anyways, today, in 2018, is having a Minuteman kit really practical, right? Because I've been thinking about that a lot lately. And the conclusion
by practical, you mean, are we going to be invaded by a foreign
army?
Are
we going to be invaded by a foreign army? Am I really going to need it? I mean, plates, you know, I got some plates from AR-500 armor, so I think they were like $160. I bought them on sale-ish. You know, they went in a carrier. Right now I just have like a Condor carrier, so that's another. Let's just say I got about $200-ish in defense armor. My rifle's like $1,200 all in, probably, with all the equipment, maybe a little more. And then, you know, mags and stuff and med equipment. And then I got my battle belt. I mean, you know, so I got a kit. I got probably like $2 or $3 grand a kit, right? Is that practical? I mean, like, do you really need to go spend $2 or $3 grand?
The answer to that question is yes. Armageddon is coming. Be prepared. Get a bunker.
The answer I came to, the conclusion I came to is, I don't care. And the reason I don't care is because I really believe, and stick with me because this might sound insane, that...
Sounds pretty punk.
That having a Minuteman kit is part of your heritage as an American. And what I mean is, look, we have a gun culture in this country. We have a history of being an armed populace, right? For the last over 200 years, we've been a population of armed civilians. And that is a good and right thing. And I would argue having a Minuteman kit, being ready to go at a minute's notice if you actually had to, is part of your American heritage. One, I think, look, at this point in history, is there a real threat of a foreign army invading America? No. You know, we're the most dominant military force the world has ever seen, bar none. So, no, I'm not really worried about someone invading America. Plus, we got those two big oceans on each side, unless Canada decides to get uppity. But I think we'll be okay. So, you know, I'm not really worried about that. Do I think there's a real threat of domestic tyranny? Yeah, possibly. I don't think it's like we're heading that way headlong right now, but I think it's something I want to be vigilant about. So I do want a Minuteman kit to protect against that. But again, like I said, even if there is not an external threat, that's not the point to me. The point is, it is part of your heritage as an American to be well armed, to be trained in the use of those arms, and to be prepared to use them to defend your life and your liberty, right? And so for that reason, and for that reason alone, I would say you should have a Minuteman kit, and you should know how to use it. Now, what exactly that means, do I think you need to spend $3 grand? No. We'll talk about this in the next video, but really, I think baseline, all the bare essentials, you need a rifle, and you need some way to carry some mags. And then you can go up the ladder from there. So, you have anything to add on that?
Not really. It's just good to be prepared. You never know what you could need in a minute. So,
yeah. And I mean, look, guys, if you had your choice, and you could see some danger coming, or you were at a mall and there was a shooter, would you rather have plates and a rifle in your trunk or not? And if you know anything,
I would.
You would rather have plates and a rifle. If I got told tomorrow, Dylan, at 3 o'clock tomorrow, you're going to get in a gunfight, and there's no human way you can avoid it, I'd bring my plates and a rifle because I'd want to be prepared. Do brave deeds and endure. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks, guys.